Not over, but I was superior and confident. Shana, make some noise. Open Is this good?
Yeah. Amen.
Well, good afternoon, you all. Good afternoon. Honest with you when I say I really labored on this discipline thing. and I'm glad the room is intimate because I'm going to share some really intimate things about myself, some personal things. I was really transparent. I said, Lord, you want me to really share this information? So I'm going to do it.
Amen.
I've lived in Clayton County for nearly 17 years. I got involved in the county community and met some amazing people. I supported a number of great organizations and events. I attended many of our prayer breakfasts throughout the years. Most of the ministers involved in the program were men. However, there was this very beautifully striking woman of God who I learned was chief apostle, who was is a prayer warrior.
Amen.
I was immediately connected to her spirit and to her grace. So fast forward to last summer when she spoke to me about me running for judge, and she, in her spirit of discernment, knew that I would be elected.
Amen.
It's very important that we surround ourselves with people, and especially women who know God and can hear from God and will speak, thus says the Lord, into your life.
Amen.
I am very humbled that she would think of asking me to speak to you guys today about discipline and success. And as I said before, I struggled with this topic because while I am very disciplined in so many areas of my life, there's some areas I'm not disciplined in. And I'll be transparent. I've been dealing with weight for a long time. I am not disciplined in that area as of yet. There are areas where I am very laser focused and I become very strategic. And then there are some areas where I'm not. Is anybody like that? There's some areas you're good in and there's some areas you're not. So I'm not on myself either. You have some major areas in your life totally in control and you've mapped it out like a board chart. In other areas in your life where, you're just kind of out of control, you kind of feel out of control, right? So, I'm working on that. I'm not going to just leave that. I'm working on that discipline on that area. But what I want to talk to you about is my discipline in, as she asked me to talk to you about success and how I got here. I was born in Dublin, Georgia. I was very aware of my economic status in life and my educational opportunities early on. When I say early on, I mean about 4 to 6 years old. So when you think children don't know what's going on, they are very aware very early on in life.
Amen. Amen. Amen.
I was born on March 2nd, 1975. I was born in a house. I was not born in a hospital. We lived on a circle called Cascade Circle. It was really a tiny brick house when I see it today. It was a really small house. Growing up, I thought it was pretty large, but going back over there. When I grew up, we didn't have a car, and we were always fighting for food. But what I saw in Tamiko was she had a car. 4 or 5, these are little things that we see. She had a car, she had an involved father. So I wanted to be Tamiko's friend. Tamiko and I started to play together, and I knew very early on her vocabulary was a little different than my vocabulary. My sister would take us to Tamiko's house. We had to walk because we didn't have a car. We walked all the way to her house for a birthday party. When I got to Tamiko's house, I noticed something different about her life in my life, other than when I saw her parents dropping her off and they had a car. She had her own room. I didn't have my own room until I was a junior in college.
Wow.
I always slept in a room with somebody else. When I was a junior in college, I had an apartment, and my roommate and I had 2 separate rooms. That's the first time I never slept in a bed with somebody else. When I was a junior in college. So when I was in Tamiko's house, I saw she had her own bed, her own bedroom, these great toys, her 2 parents, and she talked about her mother being a nurse. She talked about her father working in a hospital. My mother and my sister worked at a factory. I knew the difference in her life and my life. So 5 years old, I think we were at her 6-year-old birthday party. And I saw how beautiful her room was. But I felt at a very early age that the difference between where she was in her life and where I was in my life was the educational opportunities between our parents, between the people raising us. I knew that early. She read a lot. She had a lot of books in her room. And I love to read as well. Tamiko and I were in the same preschool class, in the same kindergarten class. And when she was in kindergarten, she learned how to count. We were 5 or 6, learned how to count by 2s. And she could count by 2s up to 100. So what did I want to do? Count by 2s up to 100. So I go home and I ask my mom, can you help me learn how to count by 2s up to 100? And she teaches me how to do that. So I always like to leave with little tidbits. First tip, you want to write some notes. And this is really easy to remember. Never be the smartest person in the room.
All right. Wow. That's it. Right there. That's it.
If you are the smartest person in the room,
come on,
you're in the wrong room.
Okay. Okay.
I knew very early on that I needed to surround myself with somebody who was smarter than me.
Yes.
Amen. Amen.
And at this age, I still do it. And I am not scared to tell you that. And sometimes we get in our own way.
That's correct.
And not understanding that we sometimes don't know it all.
Amen.
And it's okay to not know it all. Because have you ever found those people who pretend they know it all?
Yes.
They talking all the time about something and they don't know anything. And the problem with that is they are limiting themselves about learning about more in life or how to grow. So I knew very early on I needed to hook my wagon to somebody who was smart. And so one of my favorite verses is Proverbs 27:17. Iron sharpens iron.
Yes.
People who know me, I call my friends my iron.
Yes.
Because I surround myself with women who are doing excellent things. So if you see me, we said talk about mirror reflections. My girlfriends, my good Judies, we call them, they are doing wonderful things because I surround myself with women who are doing great things. I want to be as smart as them. So if you're with people who are not propelling you to be your very best, you're with the wrong folks.
All right. Yeah.
So we talk about discipline. I call it strategy. I feel like I've been a strategist since I was 4 or 5 years old. When I was watching this young girl who had a family. Now you sometimes can't. Well, you can't change how you're born, but you can change how you grow.
Yes.
Amen.
Amen.
And so I share a lot of my personal background with you to let you know that don't be so caught up with how you were born.
Amen.
What situation you were born into. Think about how you can grow.
Get out of that.
Okay?
Yes. Yes. Amen. Amen.
So, and I just got all off topic because
That's all right. That's all right.
It's quite a refined discipline to accept that you aren't the smartest and to seek out those who are smarter than you. Some of us get in our own way because we won't acknowledge we need help. Some of us get in our own way because we want to know that someone else is smarter than us. So as I aged and matriculated through school, I kept the same philosophy. I gravitated to smart people. That's what I wanted to be known as. I didn't like oh, she's a cute girl. You can be cute. I wanted to be known as a smart girl.
Amen. Yes.
I graduated from high school with honors.
Amen.
Yes.
I went on to Spelman College where everybody in Spelman was smart or fluent.
Amen.
Yeah.
And here I am again thinking, oh my goodness, I'm with these smart, rich girls. And look at where I came from.
Yes.
But God is good.
Yes.
So, my first year at Spelman, I was kind of in a shell. I thought, well, they let me in because I probably met a certain financial criteria. I didn't come from much money. I'm making all these excuses like I leave to go to Spelman College. Little did I know he had something else down the road for me. After my first year and I got out of my way and I got to learn about these people and I wasn't perceiving them correctly because perception sometimes is our reality. I got to know them and they were just like me. They wanted better for themselves and their parents wanted better for them, and I knew I wanted to be a leader out on campus. So I started watching this young lady. She was 2 years ahead of me. She was our SGA president, Student Government Association's president. She is today the Georgia Minority Whip, Stacey Abrams.
Oh, wow.
So I saw Stacey on campus, and I thought, well, she's the SGA president. She set her path to become SGA president when she was a freshman. I thought, well, maybe I've lost an opportunity to be the SGA president because the person who started with me has already forged her way. So I started to attend the graduations at Spelman. And Spelman College always has all these renowned speakers. This year we have Loretta Lynch. In the past, we've had Oprah Winfrey, and we've had First Lady Michelle Obama, and a number of people. But that's what was interesting to me. This is goal setting. So I'm at Spelman's graduation, and the student who stands out wasn't the SGA president because she was not on the stage. The person who was on the stage was the senior class president, and she got to revel in all of that celebrityness, I'll say. And she got to speak at graduation. So what did I do? I sought out to be the senior class president. We talk about strategy and discipline.
Yes.
I became the senior class president.
Woo!
Strategy. So by my sophomore year, I was still hooking my wagon to women who were smart and who were leaders. I was attending events with leaders. I was making sure that I knew what they were talking about. By the time I was a junior, I was a vice president. Talk about being number 2, but shining like you're number 1.
Amen.
I was a vice president of the class, but I knew how to make myself stand out so that I was the person people came to.
Amen.
You got to work hard. It's not just going to come to you.
Amen. Amen.
It's just not given to you. You got to work for it.
That's right.
Faith without works is
Dead.
So I knew I could get it, but I had to work for it. By the time I had to run for office as a senior class president, I got into a runoff. But I was faithful.
Yes.
That was going to happen for me. So this year we celebrate our 20th class reunion, and I'm still Madam President. And so I got to do that. And I know it seems a minimum to some, may seem minimum to some, but for me, that was a goal that I set. And I was very calculating and strategic in getting that. That requires discipline.
Yes. Yes.
Amen.
So let's talk about this. This is what I looked up, the definition of discipline. The practice of training oneself to obey rules or a code of behavior. There are 2 key words there. Training. Training yourself to obey.
Yes.
So training isn't easy. Anybody, any former athlete in the room?
Oh, yeah. This one right there.
I played softball and basketball in high school. We had practice every day. That was our training to be successful athletes. That's the kind of training you need to employ in your personal life if you want to be successful. You must train yourself. Whatever the code it is that you are looking to follow, you need to train yourself on that. So let me read that again. Discipline, the practice of training oneself to obey rules or a code of behavior. Being disciplined just doesn't happen organically. It's a process by which you train your mind, your body, your spirit to obey rules, a code of behavior, and what I've just been talking about, strategy. It's a very strategic process. One great teacher on discipline I found is now deceased, but his name is Jim Rohn, R-O-H-N. Whenever you have an opportunity to, he has some great books about success and strategy and discipline. Jim was an entrepreneurial and a motivational speaker. But one of my favorite quotes from Jim is, discipline is the bridge between goals and achievement.
Yes.
Amen.
Discipline is the bridge between goals and achievement. So you have goals, but how do you get there? You got to train your mind, your body, or your spirit to get to that point. I've shared with you some small goals I've had as a child and as a young adult and how I was able to achieve those goals. My dream career was always becoming a superior court judge. Going through law school, however, I thought, well, maybe that's not a realistic goal. But as I started practicing law and working more closely in the community, many people asked me if I had ever considered being a judge. As the announcement that 2 of our judges were retiring became widely known, I was asked more and more frequently. And at that time, as many of you know, I was serving as a commissioner and thought that that's where God wanted me to remain. But God started sending his angels to speak to me in the physical form, because I was missing it in the spiritual form. But I was like, Jesus, you're not talking to me. You're not talking to me about running for judge right now. You want me to remain a commissioner. I was like, no. And then I started seeing the people in the physical form, and they were speaking into my life what I was not hearing in the spirit. Because we'll do that, right? We're so hard-headed and disobedient. But even with the faith that I knew God was leading me to do it, it took work. Faith again without work is dead. Remember, discipline is a bridge between goals and achievement. It is hard work. It's not easy. So my tip number 2, work harder for yourself than you would a job.
Amen.
Invest in yourself, more in yourself than you would your employer. There's so many people, and I always hear people say, well, I wanted to do this in life. Until you're dead, you still have that opportunity to do whatever it is you want to do in life. You just got to be willing to do the work to get there. It's just not going to happen. That's not how it works. Discipline is aligned with focus and commitment. Discipline is aligned with focus and commitment. Commitment is doing what you said you would do long after the mood in which you said has left you. You know how that is? Let me talk about food for a second. Lord, I'm not eating any more chocolate cake. Chocolate cake is gone. Much later, I'm at a party, chocolate cake is there. I ain't committed yet. I wanted a chocolate cake. Commitment is doing what you said you will do long after the mood you said it in has left you. That's what a commitment is. My tip number 3, and we've all heard this. Write the vision and make it plain. I mean, literally, get out some paper and write it down. Not just like it's in my head. I have journals all around my house.
Yes.
And so I will take out, even note Post-its. I'll take Post-its, and I have my scriptures written on Post-its, and I'll take them to my office wall in my house so I can see them. Write the vision and make it plain. We talk about goal writing. When you talk about goals, there's a lot of philosophies about success, but a lot of successful people have goals that they have written down on a piece of paper.
Pictures, yeah.
You have vision boards. You need to see it sometimes.
Yes.
And you need to be reminded about it sometimes.
Yes.
So let me just simplify it. Who goes to the supermarket and writes a grocery list? So, I mean, sometimes. And then you check it off as you get your items. That's you're writing your vision, you're making it plain. Seriously, in the simplest form, that's how we should see our goals. Or we are accomplishing our goals. Write your vision and make it plain. Write it down. I have this goal. Make them simple goals so that you can check off more quickly. If you feel like, hey, this is too lofty of a goal, make them smaller goals.
Yeah.
And so you feel like you've accomplished something. But I encourage you to get a journal, whomever, men and women, write it down. That's what I did when and I'm going to reveal this in this room. Before the election was over, I was given a piece of paper. I was like, Judge Shana Rooks. Shana M. Rooks, Superior Court Judge. How does my signature look? Judge, I was literally bored. I wanted to see how my signature was going to look on those orders. But I had to see it. I wanted to see it. And that was my way of saying, I have acknowledged, Lord, you have led me here. I'm working hard in it. And I'm writing my vision. I'm going to win this election.
Amen.
So let me just work on my signature as we go along. Success is not by happenstance. Successful people have been strategizing about how to be successful people. If you don't believe you're going to be successful, you will not be successful.
All right, y'all.
If you don't know what it is that you are doing or how to get there, pray for wisdom. Pray that God surrounds you with people who can guide you, who can give you the information, the structure that you need. But start with wisdom.
Amen.
In closing, when you're disciplined, you are not easily distracted
All right.
or dissuaded. You're not easily distracted or dissuaded. When you are disciplined, you may not get there immediately, but you will get there eventually. Being disciplined is not easy, which is why you must have a made-up mind that is focused on the goal or task and not on the obstacle of the goal.
Amen. Wow, amen.
Focus on the goal or the task and not the obstacle. Focus on what's the other side, not the problems that you're going to incur, go through trying to get there. And I like Jim Ron. I read some of his writings. But this is one of my favorite quotes that I'll read. And this is one I think you should write as well. We must all suffer one or two things. One or two things we will suffer. The pain of discipline or the pain of regret.
Wow.
Either way, you're going to suffer some pain. So why not suffer the pain of discipline? And on the other side, you'll be the other side of through. We all see if you ever gone through, you're driving and it's thundering. And I never wanted to stop. You see people stop under the bridge. But I always say, it's pouring down, but on the other side, if you keep going, you're going to get through it.
Amen.
So that's my encouragement for you all today. I pray it was something that you could use. You got some tidbits that you will actually take them And this is how I've walked my life since I was 4 or 5 years old. It just manifested itself differently as a child than it does as an adult. But the principles are still the same.
Amen.
And we should encourage our children to be disciplined. And if they want something, how is it that they're going to get it? And it's not going to be easy.
Amen.
But you got to go through the pain.
Amen.
That was awesome. One more time, give it up for our Superior Court Judge of Clayton County, Shana and Rooks. Amen. Glory be to God. Hallelujah. Thank you, Jesus. God is awesome. He's wonderful.